Previously on The Amazing Spider-Man, Norman Osborn stopped being the Green Goblin when his sins were taken from him by the villain known as the Sin Eater, so he immediately gave up his evil route and tried his best to become a hero. Norman became the Gold Goblin, with saving the city from the demons. He also helping his grandson, Normie Osborn, taking care of him. Norman did many things to turn his reputation around. He also hired Peter Parker to work for him at the Oscorp. But recently, Norman's sins have returned. During the fight between Norman and Kraven the Hunter, Spider-Man was accidentally stabbed with a mystical spear of the sins of Norman, and he turned Peter into the Spider-Goblin. This evil spider went up against all those who hurt him the most, especially his ex-girlfriend, Mary Jane, and her current boyfriend, Paul. He almost succeeded into killing those two, but right at the time, Norman stabbed Peter with a mystical spear and removed the sins from Peter. He became normal again. But recently, Norman has been acting strange, but to be honest, so has Peter. Not too long ago, Peter saved the living brain from the Sinister Six and he moved it to a sealed sub-basement lab at the Oscorp under the protection of Dr. Kurt Connors. But the Sinister Six is after that brain, and it seems to have broken the seal to warn Spider-Man about the upcoming danger. Welcome to Comics Tube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 50 of The Amazing Spider-Man, The Return of the Spider-Goblin. You can get the previous parts on this playlist, so if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up in the sub-basement of the Oscorp. There is a disturbance going on with the living brain. It is emitting some kind of signal. Connors tells his assistant to turn off all electric signals, but the assistant informs him they are not on. It's a mechanical resonance, and Connor quickly realizes it isn't any feedback, it's a message, and he needs Peter Parker to solve this mess. So Norman Osborn contacts Peter, who is currently in Chelsea looking for rent, and he informs Peter about the living brain and the message that Connors received, and he wants to talk with Peter regarding this matter. So without wasting any time, Peter quickly leaves and arrives at Oscorp to meet with Connors. He tells Peter that he thinks the living brain was in great distress, maybe the procurement of the living brain. So Peter tells him Norman promised Spider-Man to only keep it functional but undisturbed. There is no procurement going on. So Connor tells Peter the analog signal carried a message, and it states who is Spider-Man, and it also has the answer. Peter Parker is not Spider-Man, and it makes Peter confused. So while he is thinking what is the meaning of this, the living brain generates another message. So Peter takes it and meets with Norman into his office, and he tells him about the living brain. It is communicating and he can't figure out what the last message is. It seems to be random words unless they mean something to Norman, and Peter says Charlie Starlight. And suddenly, a hidden drawer opens up and it reveals the suit of the Gold Goblin. So Norman tells Peter that those are the private code words, but Peter is confused as how did the brain figure out Norman's password. So he informs Peter there was a breach traced to an employee's phone, and for a minute the brain had the access to all of Oscorp's data. So Norman decides to replace Connors and his team. They allowed the living brain to do the exact thing what he is paying them to prevent. But then Peter reveals the message has 3 words, and it shocks Norman. He tries to stop Peter, but he utters Charlie Starlight, aggregate. And right at the time, another hidden drawer opens up and it reveals the suit of the Green Goblin, and it shocks Peter. And right at the time, Norman's mood quickly changes. Peter knows what it is. He tells Norman not to do this, but Norman is no more. It is the Green Goblin, and by pressing a button, Goblin releases a special green gas. Peter tries to avoid it, but he is too late. Norman was playing with Peter for a very long time, so today he is going to finish it. The glider slams Peter into his chest, and he seems powerless to defend himself from the Goblin's attacks. So Norman reveals this gas has taken all of his powers, his spider sense, his strength, his wall crawling. There is no way he can escape. He was saving this for a more dramatic reveal, but Peter forced him to reveal his true color. So while he was talking, Peter gets the opportunity to escape from that room. The gas has drained all of his powers. He is just a Peter Parker now, and Norman has turned into the Green Goblin again. And with his maniacal laugh, he begins to attack Peter with his pumpkin bombs, and it is just the beginning. Peter still can't believe that laugh. It is the same. The goblin is really back, but it doesn't scare him anymore. It makes him angry. So instead of running, Peter punches Goblin into the face, but it makes no impact on the evil. Instead, Peter hurts his own hand, but it doesn't make him stop. Norman promised him this wouldn't happen again. He will live a good life. But Goblin says Norman did, but he is not Norman anymore. He is the thing he birthed. The thing Senator tried to kill. The thing that made Ashley Kafka a queen. The thing that lived in Peter also turned him into the Spider Goblin. Some of it Peter remembers, but some of it he doesn't. Just like he forgot about his date night with Michelle, Tombstone's lawyer. But what Peter knew, the sense of Norman was trapped with Craven's spear. So how did it get back into Norman? So Goblin allows Norman to speak with Peter. He removes his mask. He tells Peter that he didn't have a choice. Those things won't belong to Peter. He had to get them out of him, and he begins to cry. He tried to contain it, but he failed. But instead of comforting Norman, Peter slaps his face. He wants to know if Norman tells the Goblin about the secret object in Peter's lab. If the Goblin has it, then everyone Peter loves is in danger. But right at the time, it snaps Norman. He headbutts Peter and begins to brutalize him. He is surprised that both Norman and Peter did manage to keep something from him. So it is time to get that thing from Peter's lab. On the other side, in the basement, the brain transforms into a cybernetic body. It tells Connors the transformation cost him so much. He is the walking brain, and he brings him the message. Peter Parker is not Spider-Man. By crashing him through the front door, Goblin takes Peter into his lab, and there he sees the bug from Peter's suit. He takes it and tries to figure out what secrets Peter is hiding from him. But before Goblin can realize anything, Peter says the code words and tells the bug to give Goblin his birthday present. And right at the time, the bug throws a yellow gas to Norman's face. He screams in pain. He can't figure out what is this. So Peter reveals he tricked Goblin into taking him into his lab where he kept the gas. He reverse engineered to take away Goblin's powers, which means his Goblin strength is gone, which means he evened the odds. By dodging the glider, Peter informs him he was prepared for this day. He knows every one of his moves. Norman is so predictable. Peter took his job to keep an eye on Norman. No matter how hard he tried, he never trusted him. Norman realizes he can't take any more beatings, so he decides to tell Peter everything, that what they did together. The Sins didn't want to leave, so he used the Winkler device on Peter. They used it after they buried Craven together. Unfortunately, Kafka learned this secret, but before she could reveal them, Peter took her out. So Goblin says the trigger words, and suddenly Peter feels a massive pain in his mind. He grabs Goblin's neck, begins to choke him, demands him what did he do to him. But Peter was too late. The code words begin to manipulate his mind, and with a maniacal laugh, Peter Parker again transforms into the Spider Goblin. On the other side, the walking brain gains all the access of Oscorp's data, and by hacking the security cameras, the android reveals the footage where Green Goblin is taking control of Peter's mind, turning him into the Spider Goblin. So the brain tells them this is not Spider-Man anymore, and he is the only one who can save him now. So both Connors and his assistant decide to follow the walking brain, as it is their only way to save Peter from the Spider Goblin. And with this, the chapter 50 of The Amazing Spider-Man comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share them on the comment section down below, and please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.